This past summer, Josh Henry, a junior on the men's basketball team, began his involvement with Athletes in Action, an organization that shares the gospel to people around the world through sports.
I thought it was a pretty cool deal because, I've always kind of wanted to play overseas. We had training camp June 12th through the 18th here in Des Moines before we left. The whole trip, I just told myself I wasn't going to get dehydrated because I've been dehydrated before, and I know that the water in Guatemala you're not supposed to drink just the water from like their sinks and stuff. So I told myself I'm going to drink a lot of water and Gatorade while I'm down there, and I did. I drank a lot, and I guess I didn't know the symptoms of diabetes, but if I would have, I was going to the bathroom all the time. I just thought maybe it was because I was drinking so much, but what didn't make sense was like my mouth, it was just like cotton mouth like the whole time. That I guess was a big symptom. And then at the very end of our trip, after we were done with our mission work and basketball games, we traveled to a lake that was like 4 hours from our hotel. And there I got real sick. I threw up a lot. They took me to a clinic where we were because there's no hospital. And they just told me I was dehydrated, so they gave me like 4 bags of fluids. And that got me back to our hotel in Guatemala City. You're supposed to get up on June 30th at 4:30 a.m. to head to the airport, and it was like at 2 o'clock I woke up again just throwing up. So they actually called a doctor from the hospital in Guatemala City, and they came to the hotel room and checked my blood sugar, and that's when they found out it was like a 400, and normal blood sugar is 80 to 120, so it was obviously pretty high. So they told me I couldn't go home with the team, which I was really bummed about because I was ready to get home and just get taken care of here, but they told me I had to stay in Guatemala.
Josh stayed in Guatemala for 3 days, 2 of which were in the ICU. There they diagnosed him with type 1 diabetes. His main doctor, who we saw once each day, was the only one who spoke fluent English. Unfortunately, since his parents did not have their passports, they were unable to make it over to be with him, but the director of the tour, Craig Slottick, stayed with him until he could fly back to the U.S.
I got back on July 3rd this summer, and on the 4th, I went to a clinic in Waukee, and they had a doctor there, so they knew I was coming, and so that was kind of nice to get me kind of started on the insulin and everything. The biggest challenge for me was before I left on the trip, I weighed 185 pounds, and then when I got back, I was like 169, which was obviously lower than I've been in a long time. My parents and family were just very supportive of me, and I knew they would be. They took good care of me, and they've been just a big help in the whole process of. They always go with me to my doctor's appointments, and they're learning about diabetes just as much as I am, which really helps. I just actually switched over from taking 4 shots a day to the insulin pump, which is a great thing in my life. I think it's a blessing because this thing, I'll eventually have a monitor that just kind of tells me my blood sugars every 5 minutes. So when I'm out on the basketball court, I'll know if my blood sugar's dropping really low, if it's raising really high, and I can adjust with that.
Josh is still in the process of adapting to diabetes, but he is already looking towards the good that will come out of it and what the future holds.
One thing that when I first found out I had diabetes, I was kind of worried that, will I be able to still play basketball? And, the doctors told me as long as I, take care of everything and stay on top of everything, that, you can live basically a normal life. Having diabetes has been a blessing because it's actually allowed me to go and speak at different churches around my community. And this summer I'm planning on going to a lot of like diabetic camps, just to show the other little kids that have been diagnosed that you can still live a normal life and they can see someone playing a college sport. To know that they can do that even though they have diabetes, they don't have to end all their dreams.